everyone. Welcome to the Sun City Stitchers channel. I'm Carlene.
And I'm Marlene, and this is episode number 25.
As promised, today we are going to be having a special gift for our viewers. So make sure that you stay tuned till the end of our little floss tube.
Yes.
And we have a number of things we're going to talk about today, don't we?
Yes.
So first of all, Marlene, how was your week?
It was okay. It was kind of long because my little kids were still out of school. So I had tutoring all day, most days. Tuesday I did go to the specialist.
That's right, and that went really well.
That went very well, I'm going to have 3 pairs of glasses.
Can you imagine? We made sure every pair was a different color. So she'll have one that's just her regular progressive pair, right?
Yes.
And that's for like just general driving, getting around.
Yeah.
And then
I have an intermediate pair for like now when I'm doing this so that I can see the screen, or like if I'm on a computer, which I don't have a computer, I'm always on my phone, but
well, the phone is your computer.
Yeah, exactly.
And so when you do your Zoom lessons, you would use the intermediate pair.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. And then I have a special one just for my stitching.
Okay.
Yay, they're so cute.
Yay.
So they're all really cute.
And she had a number of like services that she could provide, didn't she? Because you need the glasses for your little tutoring business. You got those through
Texas Workforce.
Okay.
And then she put me in touch with another agency. And that man was supposed to call me. I haven't heard from him yet, so I guess if I don't hear from him on Monday, maybe I'll try calling that number.
And what were they?
They were going to give me a little gadget. It looked like a cell phone, but you can put it down like on top of a newspaper or something you're trying to read. It will lay flat, and then it will make that print bigger.
So will it work on your cell phone? Like if there was something on your phone you couldn't make larger?
I don't think it will work on that.
So it would just be if you needed something larger that was print form.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, she said I could take it to the store, and if I was having trouble seeing something at the store, which I guess maybe a price or something.
Oh, maybe.
Okay. Then you would hold it up and you could, see that.
Okay.
And then there was also another little gadget that I think they would clip on to my glasses. And it would help me like see the TV. Like when I'm watching the games, I can't see the scores.
Oh, okay.
And so it would help me and made that bigger so I could see the scores.
And then they said something about having a pair of like wrap-around sunglasses that would just fit over your other glasses that you use. So, and those were all through that other agency.
Yes, through that other agency.
That was cool. Very good.
Yes. So she was very nice. And so all of her staff was really nice too.
I had a pretty good week. I mean, it was nice to be off, and I did have some days where I just stayed home and did not do one single thing except cross stitch.
And finishing.
I did take Minnie back to the vet. Mickey was supposed to go for a follow-up and just be weighed, and he had lost 2 pounds, so that was good. So his food is the right stuff. So that's good. But Minnie had lost 2 more pounds, and that's what I was concerned about because she was losing pounds, or seemed like she was losing weight. And so they did blood work, and I got the results back today, and she's diabetic now. So we had to learn how to give her little insulin shot, and they did say that cats, it's very common for cats to be diabetic, but then to go into remission. So we're gonna hope that happens with her. But I mean, it's not hard. It's just a matter of getting into routines, and she has to eat her food in one setting. She can't just be a free food kitty anymore, which is what she's been. And so of course, since that's new, then Mickey kind of has to now go to that feeding routine as well, which probably is not a bad thing for him. But anyway, so we are dealing with that. So that's kind of a mess. And it was all day, well, not all day, but like 2 hours yesterday morning. I was at the vet with the cats, and Mickey was bad, of course. And then today we went back, and it was almost 2 hours again.
Right.
And so, but anyway, I mean, you know, at least there's something they can do, and there's a plan for her, so that's good.
And
so
hopefully it won't. Hopefully she will do okay with the shot and not like start running to hide every time you
come close to her. I know. I hope not. So anyway, I
Yes.
did manage to get some stuff fully finished. If you remember last week, I was working on Marlene's little scissor fob, and I had showed you this one, how I was not happy with how it turned out. And so I did rip out the rick-rack on this side, and then took out the seam enough so that I could get some fiber fill shoved in there and just get it packed in a little bit firmer.
It looks really nice.
And then I got the little decoration added. Remember, this is the collaboration piece that Nancy Waller of Faith Works and Sue Hillis from Sue Hillis Designs did. Sue Hillis did the shadow box, and then Nancy did the companion pieces, which were all smalls. And this was the pin pillow. So in the kit, I got the fabric, of course, for stitching and the floss, plus this little spool, the rick-rack, which was from Lady Dot. Even this little stick pin to hold the spool in, and then the backing fabric that finishes it. So it's really cute. So everything came in that kit.
That's good.
So this piece is finished. So I really want to get the others done too. It was a fun, easy stitch. So that was my fully finished. And Marlene, you had one too, right?
Yes, I'd finished the little spools.
Yeah, it goes the other way around. This is the front of the shell.
This is the front, sorry.
Well, it's the same little waves all the way around.
Yes.
That's the little topper.
Yes, the little topper. And
there's a little tiny twisted cord here.
And then here's the other one. This one has the little shells on it in the boxes.
This was a Faith Works design also. She had a series like of little, just a monthly series. And this was, I believe, the August from that year when she did that series.
And then this is Postcards from the Seaside.
And you probably remember Marlene working on this because, oh, hi. Say hi, Minnie. Minnie is here to say hi. Yes, I told everybody that you're doing fine. So, Minnie, go get down. Oh, for heaven's sakes. So, that's hers.
Yes.
So we did get that done. I do have a couple of other things that I finished, but they're surprises for camp.
Yes.
So we can't show those. So I did do some other things, but anyway, what about stitching accomplishments, Marlene?
I didn't get very much done. I was working on my camp surprises, so that took up some of my time, and then I had a little bit of a challenge with my Christmas ornament.
Yes.
So I picked out something, and then it didn't work the way I thought it was, so I had to start over.
So you did get to work on Poison Garden.
Yes, but I did get to work on Poison Garden. I got 200 stitches done on Poison Garden.
Oh, wow.
So it goes that way.
Yes.
So I got.
So what did you work on?
I got. I put in the inside. Well, I put in the dark blue on the top, and then the green inside border, and the green inside border all the way down here. I had the blue done before, and then I got some more of the leaves put in of that Bella Tropa.
So
flower.
Pretty. You do kind of get into a rhythm.
And then see, you can see how I do my.
Oh, yes, you do the running stitch so that she doesn't get offline. When she's stitching under her magnifier, it's easy for her to get in the wrong row. So she puts that little running stitch how often do you do that?
I do it every 10.
So every 10 stitches, she just quickly does a little running stitch and then does some more stitches.
Yeah. Well, I
So
actually
that's
do the running stitches first, and then I go in and do that.
And then you go in and do the cross stitches.
You know, I don't do it for the whole thing. Just the little part that I'm going to work on.
Well, I only had 5 teams that won. Actually, I had 6 teams that won.
So mine that I worked on was for Poison Garden was for week 4 and then week 5.
And week 5.
Yes. So I just
and that's
have week 6
your number
to
1
start.
team,
That's
Alabama.
my number 1 team, yeah.
My number 1 team is also Alabama, and I'm doing autumn hydrangea fog for that. And so I had to put in just 100 stitches because I'm caught up. And so I got the back stitching around the inside pond and this stitch here. And then I started here doing the row of stitches, and there'll be a bead in the middle there.
Let me see. Oh, yeah.
So,
and then the next thing that you get to do after you're done with that is that when you put
black
in
work.
That black work.
The black work, And then, so
fast.
I did a little more than 100 stitches on that, but about 100 stitches. And then Quilted Bees was for Ohio State, which was my number 2 team. And again, I just continued working on the blue, so I got a few more blue stitches on this square up here.
That took kind of a long time.
It's taking forever. And I finally resorted to filling in with just shading in with my pencil on the pattern, so I didn't lose my spot.
Because it's very easy to lose your spot there.
It is. And then my number 3 team is Georgia.
Oh, wow, look how much you got done.
And I assigned Poison Garden to that.
Oh, wow.
And so I got the spider back stitched up at the top and the words put in for these plants can kill. I also got the names of this plant and this plant back stitched. And there's a silver, you can't really see it, but it's a silver back stitch line on the inside of this arch. So I have this plant over here. This was actually the one that I put the words in on this side. I have this plant left to back stitch, and these little dark green leaves have to be back stitched. And then I will be done with these arches finally. And remember you were asking about this little skull and crossbones, and I said it went on every one, but it actually doesn't. It's only on this top one, and the words only go on this top one. It doesn't go on the other sides. There's arches.
Little Minnie, why don't you stay down?
Yes, Minnie, you need to get down, sweetie. Go on.
Is Charlie here?
Well, Charlie is not here. I think he went for a walk, and I am bored. Okay, then my number 4 team is Clemson, and that's Tempting Teas. And so, I just bounce all over. This week I decided I did feel like working on the little blue teapot over here on this side. And so I got the dark blue added and another shade of light blue added.
Yeah, I can see
so
the light.
I'm working on that. The dark blue is up here on the rim.
I can see that.
So I'm working on that, but I really limited myself to being kind of close to 100 stitches.
That's what I'm gonna do too when I get
because
back to it.
I had other stuff I needed to do,
I want to work on other stuff,
camp surprises, and then my number 5 team was Notre Dame, and I am doing Prayer of St. Francis for Notre Dame. And I started working on this row. It looks like crowns along the top. And I'm doing this with Dinky Dye Floss. And I'd done only 1 strand for the lettering, but for the crowns, I was worried that it wouldn't show up because it's a little paler. So I did do 2 strands, and I'm liking that. And then I'm gonna do just they're in between these two, the two rows of words, there's a strip that's got, it's like a viney.
Oh.
And there's a solid row of cross stitch and then a little vine and then a solid row of cross stitch at the bottom. So top and bottom has a band of cross stitching. And I'm gonna do one strand for the band, but 2 strands for the viney thing that goes in the center, so that some things just pop out a little more than others.
So where were the crowns? I thought I saw them.
Oh, no, they're right now I'm not doing them.
Oh, okay.
In the pattern, it's here.
Okay.
It kind of looks like a little bit of a, it looks kind of like a crown to me. I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking of when I see it. Okay. So, and then I did work on, I had one more team. I had 6 teams that won. And the last team that won was North Dakota State, which is my changing seasons. Yes. But you know what? I didn't get it out. And I finished the grid work and started. So let me go get that.
Go get it.
And in the meantime, do you want to?
No, I'll let you show it.
Okay.
I already know that one of my teams for this week lost because Baylor played last night and they lost.
Oh, really? They already played?
Yes, they played on Thursday night.
Oh, my bag is right.
So I already know. I already know that Baylor lost.
So one down.
Yeah, so I can mark them off and I won't have to stitch on them again.
And what project are you doing for Baylor?
What is Baylor? Oh, Baylor is Home Sweet Home.
Oh, darn.
I know.
Yeah, so I'll just show you because I chose the colors. So this is up in that corner. So I got the grid work done.
Oh, that's pretty.
And then I'm going to do the yellow flowers.
Oh, that's pretty.
In the center. 2 shades of yellow. It doesn't really show up. A dark yellow for the 4 larger petals and then small little...
that will be pretty.
Yeah, so kind of a sunflowery look.
So it's like a grid kind of thing.
Yes, it's a grid. It was really fun and fast to do. Yeah. And then the flowers go in the middle, and in the partial triangles, it's just half the flower. So, anyway, so that it was very fun.
Yes.
It was very fun.
I was going to ask you, now when you printed, I need to look at your pattern, because when I printed my pattern for this one over here on the spring, on the spring box, my grids didn't show up.
Oh, and you know what? I saw when I went and printed this last one that they had gone in and darkened the grid lines.
Okay, so I might have to reprint that.
Yes, you may need to look at it again.
Okay.
All right. And
that was for the spring one.
This week I did have 2 finishes. They're not finished, but I did finish stitching cats on a pumpkin. It really turned out cute. I just love the colors on this. So I did this for one of my homework tasks last week.
Was a Rosewood Manor, right?
A Rosewood Manor, and I honestly don't remember what I did it on, but I like the gray fabric. And I'm going to finish it. It's on my to-do list. I actually got this at the dollar store, and it was supposed to be the other way around, but I turned it and I painted this black. I'm not going to shine it up or anything. And my piece is going to get mounted, and then it's going to go here. And I'm going to paint like just some little stars up here and a crescent moon, and then put a bow here. So I have
up here.
Yes, like so it'll go here, and then I'm gonna. And I haven't completely decided. I may decide to add a strip down here that's green that looks like it's sitting on the ground, but I haven't decided if I want to do that or not, and I'm not sure how I would make that work. So anyway, that is that piece, and then that was for the homework, and my homework task was an anniversary, and I had bought that pattern
Right.
at camp a couple years ago. And then the other one was something related to the Addams Family, you know, that old show,
Yes.
the Addams Family. And so this project, even though there aren't bats on this one, there are bats on the pattern, on the other parts of the pattern. So I finished something wicked.
Oh, that's cute.
This is the box top.
That's
And
good.
so I got that done. That will be finished in a circle. I want it to be a drum. And then this week, this month actually, the 2 extra credits I was able to use fall on the farm.
Oh, wow.
So I got started on my fall on the farm. This square, I've already counted the stitches, and to completely finish the square, it's 1,076 stitches.
Oh, wow.
And I need 1,000 stitches for my extra
for
credit.
your extra credit.
So this square will be done.
That's good.
For the other extra credit project, I'm also going to do 1,000 stitches. So it will be the boxes across the bottom, which will be the last 3 boxes. I have the first box done.
So just the last 2.
And then the little pumpkin vine that I've started down on the bottom, that there's another pumpkin and then like some little flowers that go in there. And that will make up the 1,000 stitches.
Oh, okay.
So
that's good.
yes.
So you're just going to work on that for your...
That's going to be my extra credit. So,
That's good.
and it was one of my Stitchtober projects. So I'm hoping this one is going to get finished. That's my goal. I'm trying to finish up projects.
Oh, remember, I don't think we talked about this on Floss too, but remember I was saying that I kind of wanted to get some hangers with clippies to hang up my projects so that I don't always have to stay folded up.
Yes.
We could just press them really good and then hang them up. They give, like if you go to Kohl's and ask, they'll give you hangers.
Really?
For free.
Oh, well, we need to just get some of those.
Yeah.
And then just
So-
hang them.
Yeah.
That's a
And
good idea.
So yeah. So anyway,
Okay.
In case anybody else needs that idea.
Hanging up stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Okay.
That
And
was
then we
finishing.
were going to just give a sneak peek
yes.
of a finish.
Yes.
So Marlene and I, you can buy these little paper mache boxes. And so this is what they look like. They're just plain brown, and then we paint them and choose a color that we want.
That coordinates with our project.
Yes, whatever we want to, whatever we're going to be doing with it. And then I like to, and I'm going to show you the materials
Yes. So
that I'm using.
yes. So
And
she's getting her stuff over here.
so I like to either cover the inside of the box with fabric, or I paint the inside of the box. So for this particular project that I'm working on, I painted the outside of the box. You see how it's shiny, and that is because I use paint. It's either the paint like this. This is one brand that I use, and I don't remember if this is the brand from Hobby Lobby or the brand from Walmart. But this is the paint that I like to get. It has a nice coverage. I usually do 2 coats. And then this is the High Gloss Duracoat, or Duraclear it's called, but it's a coating, and it gives the box that nice little shine that you see. And so
It's really shiny here. You can see it.
and I actually wouldn't have needed to paint the top because I'm going to cover it. But in the inside, I don't make the inside shiny. But the inside, I have this kind of messy because I like to cover the bottom of the box with fabric. And so I have cut, and I should show you, I use these little foam brushes because they clean up really easy. They stay soft, and you can poke down into the corners.
That's what I was going to say. They're easy to get down in the corners.
And it's, you don't have drips,
Yeah.
and you can get it without brush marks or
Right.
anything. So I just like the way the paint gets applied when you use these. So I do that. And then I just squirt my paint onto like an old, this happens to be a sour cream lid, but I just use one of these to put my paint on.
Oh, that's good.
So I have cut a little tag board, a little square piece of tag board that fits inside of my box. I have cut a little stack of Warm and Natural because I want the bottom of my box to be a little padded so that they could use it as just, you know, a little tiny pin cushion inside the box or whatever. So I'm going to use my handy dandy tape gun, and I'm just going to put a little strip of tape, and I just went from corner to corner. You don't need a lot. You just need enough for these to stick to. And then I'm going to put my little stack on top like that. And now what I'm going to do is run a strip of tape all the way around all four sides.
So you don't put the other fabric on it first?
I'm going to put the other fabric on it now.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm going to use this candy corn fabric. Oh, can you hand me that scissors, Marlene? I'm going to use this little candy corn fabric here. So I'm going to cut a little square that's slightly larger than the little tape, the little
You don't measure
piece.
anything, you just cut it?
Well, it depends on what I'm doing.
Okay.
For this, you don't really need to measure because it's so small. So it will go over the top like this. And now I'm going to just stretch these. And this fabric is not, it's not directional. Does it have, I'm not like being fussy, like having a pattern that I want centered right in the middle or something like that. Sometimes you might have something like that. Like I have a fabric that we're going to use on something of Marlene's. And this one I would want to make sure that I have it cut so that you don't want the lines skewed. You want them to be nice and straight. So, I mean, then you'd be fussier. This one, you don't really have to be fussy about it. And this is going to, I've just now, I've got my corners. See how I've got kind of a little tent here on each of my corners. I'm going to trim those off with the scissors. And I kind of do it at an angle. So see now how it's kind of slanted. It's a little bit taller here than it is down here. And that's just so that I can make it lay nice and flat when I go to adhere it to the bottom of the box. And so I'm going to do that. All four corners are trimmed. And now I'm going to just, I kind of spread out that corner and then so that it's really flattened, and I'm going to run a little strip of tape down on each corner to flatten that out. You could also use the Eileen's tacky glue, but I prefer to use my tape gun because it sticks fast. I don't have to wait for it to dry. And I feel like I get it flatter.
Oh, yeah.
But that's a personal preference. Some people really prefer to use the Eileen's, and they just do a little bit of glue on an end of a toothpick and poke the glue down into that little flap that's at each corner. So once I get this done, really, because there's sticky tape on each of the corners, I don't need much more to make it adhere to the bottom of the box. But I am going to just put a little strip down. Oops, that corner didn't get flat. I'm going to put a little strip of tape. My little tape gun is doing something bizarre here. Just a minute. So all four corners are pressed down. And now I'm gonna just add one more little strip of sticky tape down the center of the square. And now I'm ready to take my box and just press this down into the box. So now I have a nice covered box, padded bottom, so that you could use it as a pin cushion. I will do just a little bit of a twisted cord around the inside. I'm not sure what color, just so that there isn't that little gap there. It just fills it in. And so then the little box will be set with a surprise.
Yes.
There will be surprises inside of it, but that is the little part of the little surprise. So
and something goes on top.
yes, so that's just a sneak peek.
Yes.
But that's how I like to use the boxes. This one happens to be for Halloween, but I mean, they make really nice little gifts. If you were, going to do something like that and do a Christmas design or just one that has a pretty little saying for a friend.
We did that. We did little boxes for Christmas gifts for our teacher friends.
And really it goes together very fast, and you can kind of get a little rhythm going with painting and drawing and everything. So anyway, that's a sneak peek.
Yes. Okay, and then for what's coming up this week?
Well, I'm going to be working on my college game day projects, depending on who wins.
I have to catch up still from week 5 and 6. So, but I don't have very many to do because a lot of my teams did not win. So
I have one homework project left for this week that's due on Sunday evening, and it was a project that had a hot drink, and of course I could have done my tempting teas because that's a hot drink. But I'm not close to finishing that one. And this one is getting very close to being finished. Yeah. So 500 stitches will get a lot done. Yeah. So actually I've already counted the stitches that I'm going to do, and it will finish filling in the teapot. Oh, wow, so we'll find out what happens with those colors. And then across the bottom, underneath the teapot, there's the word silver needle. And so those lettering and the back stitching that's there will be done. So then I have just the lavender and a butterfly that will go up there in the corner. So this is what I'll have left. I'll have this lavender, this little tea strainer or whatever it's called, and these 3 stalks of lavender left. So
the little, let me see it.
And there's a little butterfly up there at the top. I'll have that.
Oh yeah,
I'll have that left. What is that? Isn't that the little tea strainer thing?
Is it the tea strainer, or is it what you put the...
No, the loose tea leaves go in this little thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I think this is to lift it out.
Yeah, I think so.
Anyway, so that is one homework project. And then I want to, of course, continue working on Fall on the Farm.
Yes, I'm going to work on Fall on the Farm and Hello Autumn.
Yes. Hello Autumn was this one, and I want to work on that one too.
Yes.
I haven't done anything more on that one.
Since a long time ago.
I'm actually going to get this one out and work on it tomorrow while I'm waiting for scores to start coming in.
Oh, that's good.
And then the other thing I want to do, since I've got this done on Something Wicked, I want to work on the alphabet. I'm hoping, I would really love to get the alphabet done now during Stitchtober, because then I could get the drum finished and that piece would be finished. Then I could work on the smalls as time goes on.
Yes.
So that's what I have coming up.
Yes, I don't have, I just have those.
And I still, of course, have a little finishing left for our camp surprises. I have a little finishing left to do for that, so hopefully I can do that tomorrow morning.
Yes.
It would have gotten done today if I would
Yeah.
not have had to make that extra
Except for
trip
the one that I'm still
to the
finishing.
vet. Yes. So, anything else?
Our surprise.
Okay, so Marlene and I told you all last week that because this was our 25th Floss
Episode.
Tube, we were going to do a little special giveaway. And so what we have today to give you is for anybody who's interested, we have the complete set of From Sea to Shining Sea by Little House Needleworks. So Marlene, do you want to show them what comes in the set?
Okay, so this is the actual border. It's
Border
the border
pattern.
Yes.
So that's this, the white boxes, and the wording.
And the wording. Yes. And so the pattern.
We don't want to show the pattern.
Well, it'll show a little bit, but
we'll just put that up here like this.
And so it comes with the floss. You get all of the floss for the border, and then for the next one with each pattern, there's 6
the border and
the border and the 6 and the 5 other parts, and the thread comes for with each,
and it's a silk floss.
So you get the West Coast.
I think it's an NPI, but I'm not positive.
Is that the West Coast one?
This is the East Coast.
Oh, that's the East Coast. Okay, they got mixed up.
East Coast. No, that's in order. East Coast and then Midwest.
Well, yeah, but it's going from
east to west.
Yeah, well, but on your stitch piece, it's going from right to left.
Oh, the West Coast is. Oh, yeah, well, it looks backwards.
Yes. So anyway, so that's that one, and then the mountains.
And again, the thread is in each of these. So here's the floss for this one.
Yeah, good. And then the southwest, and the floss is there.
And there's the floss.
And then the West Coast, and there's the floss. That one.
So if this is something that you would like, we want you to comment
using a sentence and using the word house in it.
So
if you're interested, okay? So you get everything except you get to choose the fabric that you would want.
The fabric that the count and fabric that you would want.
Yeah.
And what is the size of this design, Marlene?
Oh, it's 243 stitches by 112.
Okay, so it's long across but not very tall.
Right.
Okay, so again, if this is something you would like, comment with the sentence using the word house. We will do a drawing later on in the week, and we will announce who gets the gift at the next week, on our Floss Tube next week. So we're looking forward to hearing from lots of you. This was a very fun stitch. I did finish mine. Marlene is working on hers and is making good progress. So a really, really fun stitch.
It is really fun. It is really fun.
Anyway,
and I really like the thread. It's really fun to stitch with.
It is really fun to stitch with, and it's beautiful colors.
Yes, it is.
So we hope that you all have a wonderful weekend. And that you get lots of time to stitch. Marlene and I are looking forward to a weekend of stitching, and we're hoping just a little bit of calmness.
Yes.
It seems like this week has been a little crazy.
Yes, it seems crazy.
And
I'm actually kind of looking forward to next week when my little kids from here go back to school, because then I'll be back into my normal routine.
That means I'm going to be back at work too.
Yeah, that's the part I don't like.
Oh well, that's okay. It'll be all right.
Yes.
So we hope you all have a wonderful weekend. And remember that a day without laughter is like a day without sunshine.
So wherever you are, bring your own sunshine
and keep on stitching. We'll see you next week.